Alright, my name is Stella Contero, and this is my state machine project PowerPoint. So these are all the pin connections parameters. We have the light sensor right here connected to analog 0, green LED connected to digital pin 3. You get the gist of all the connections. These are the parameters that I set and designed this circuit. I had a 5-second delay for the autonomous activation, and then a 15-second delay before the manual activation. Then I had a 5 centimeter distance sensor activation threshold and an analog brightness threshold set at 100. So this is a circuit diagram. This is the circuit diagram version of the physical circuit that I showed previously. As you can see right here, we have our red, green, white, blue LEDs all connected to our resistors. These are all connected to their respective microcontroller pins. Same thing with the light sensor, or not the light sensor, the distance sensor right here. And then the light sensor is sat right here, represented as a potentiometer. So this is the state transition diagram. So this is the initial mode of our robot when we first plug in the battery and turn the robot on. We initially be in idle mode. This is when everything is off. We have the distance sensor is not collecting any data. All our LEDs are off. Now our light sensor, however, is collecting data, and once that brightness crosses below the threshold for the first time, we end up in start mode. This is indicated by the red LED being on. All the other ones are off. Of course, the distance sensor is not collecting data still. This is when the robot is just sitting here in the box. Once the brightness crosses above the threshold, this is when the box is lifted. This will then begin our start delay. The start delay is, of course, that 5-second delay the robot has to endure before it can start the course. Once that 5-second delay is up, we then transition to autonomous mode. This is when our distance sensor is on, and our autonomous state being activated is represented by the green LED being on. This then starts our duration timer. My duration timer was as specified before for time-saving purposes, 15 seconds. Of course, I adjusted it later in the final code to be 2 minutes. Once the 2-minute duration is up, then we transition to manual mode. This is represented by the blue LED being on, and the distance sensor, of course, turns off. Once we are in manual mode, that's when we then control the robots with the phones. After that, if the reset button is pressed, we restart at idle mode. This is the nested autonomous mode code. This is just for the white LED, so when the object is detected within the threshold, white LED activates, turns on. When it's no longer in the threshold, it turns off, and then it starts at off as its initial state. So this is the idle mode. This is setting everything to the initial state, and this is the loop code that transitions to the next state. As you can see here, we start the red LED light being on after the brightness is below the threshold. And then this is the initial this is a picture of the circuit in its current state, as of course nothing is on. As you can see, after that threshold is crossed below, that's when the red LED then activates. As you can see here, we have it our light sensor covered with a bottle cap, and our red LED has now turned on. So now we are in the start mode. This is the next code that transitions the light once it crosses above the threshold into the next state. As you can see here, I've lifted the cap. This is now the 5-second timer before it switches to green. Now autonomous mode. Now as you can see, it has switched to green. This is the loop code that is nested within, where once the autonomous duration is up, we then transition. Also, there's additional code in here that, as you can see here, we have it our light sensor covered with a bottle cap, and our red LED has now turned on. So now we are in the start mode. This is the next code that transitions the light once it crosses above the threshold into the next state. As you can see here, I've lifted the cap. This is now the 5-second timer before it switches to green. Now autonomous mode. Now as you can see, it has switched to green. This is the loop code that is nested within, where once the autonomous duration is up, we then transition. Also, there's additional code in here that there's additional code in here that activates the white LED as before. As you can see, when my hand is placed close to the sensor and it detects my hand within the threshold, the white LED activates. In the above picture, my hand is not in the LED, is not within the threshold. The white LED is not activated. This is the next code. So now that that duration timer has completed, we are now in the manual mode. The blue LED is on, and as we can see here, my distance sensor also turned off as well. I had put my hand up to the sensor again just to make sure it wasn't detecting anything anymore. And then this is now in the manual state where we control the robot with the phone. This is the full code. I'm just going to run through it. Yeah, I went through the main meat and bones of this, and that's it.